excruciatingly painful, but the outcome was genius. You listen to those songs on Destroyer and you go, holy fuck, those drums are amazing. But to get there, I went through hell and so did everyone else. Like Gene used to say, if Peter isn't having a good day, nobody's having a good day. As painful as these sessions were for me, they were doubly hard on Ace. Ace didn't respond well to Bob's tough love. Once you get the drums down and add the bass and the rhythm guitar, it's up to the lead guitarist to complete the picture. And then you're up there naked, you're on your own. Ace, like me, loved to play by feel. Ace's brother was a classically trained guitarist, but Ace hated his studied playing. Ace loved spontaneity, but Ezrin had other plans for him. I didn't get to witness Ace's arguments with Ezrin because the minute my drum tracks were done, I was out of there. Why would I want to stay around to listen to Ace getting reamed out for the next 5 hours when I could go home and have fun or go to a club? Ace was drinking and partying with his friends a lot, and he started missing sessions. One time he actually told Ezrin that he couldn't record because he had a previous engagement to play cards with his pals. Ezrin didn't take too kindly to that and called one of his own Ace session guys, Big Wagner, who came in, nailed the songs, and left. The concept Wagner never got the credit, but it's been playing on songs like Beth and Sweet Babe. Ace was furious he had been replaced and felt that Gene and Paul were traitors. When Ezrin started working with us, one of his criticisms was that all of our songs were about sex. He felt that to get to the next level, we had to expand our palette a little bit and try to reach a broader audience than the 15-year old boys who were our fan base. Ezrin found that vehicle in a song I had written with Stan Henrich. Back in the Chelsea days, Stan and I had written a joke song to knock our bandmate Mike Brand's wife, Becky. She would always call him during rehearsals wondering when he was coming home. So the song originally went, Beck, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now / me and the boys are playing, and we just can't find the sound. So we were knocking this guy's wife, shut the fuck up, with calling. I wanted to get a song on Destroyer, so one day Gene and I were in a limo and I started singing back to him. I knew that both he and Paul would never go for a ballad, so I sang him a faster version of the song and he seemed to dig it and suggested I play it for Ezrin. But when I sat down with Ezrin, he immediately understood it for what it was. This is a ballad. I hear it on the baby brand. This is going to be a hit record, Bob enthused. I'm going to get the New York Philharmonic to play on this. Yeah, right. In my fucking dreams, I said. Ezrin just smiled. This little song says so much in so few words. I wish I was home, but I can't be, Bob said. Everyone will relate to that businessman, doctors. It's a universal theme. He wanted to make one lyrical change, though. He thought we should change the name from Beck to Beth. I was fine with that. Ezrin's man Dick Wagner, who played acoustic on the track because Ace was out in space somewhere, loved the song, too, and immediately thought it could be a hit. But Gene and Paul kept resisting it. They didn't want a ballad on the record. That's when Bill stepped in. He had heard the basic track, and he thought that was a hit. So when Ezrin hired the New York Philharmonic and we went down to record the session, Bill suggested that everyone leave with a switching wear to his fake tuxedo tape. Shirts and that I should go down and pull makeup and take photos for papers. I know you've been going through hell with them over your song, but I love it to death, Bill told me. So let me make you feel good. Bob was in full tails and a top hat and played the baby grand piano. We must have had more than 25 pieces in the orchestra. And when they finished the track, I was crying my eyes out. It was so beautiful. And the orchestra was clicking their bows and Bob stood up and called me up to take a Bob lowered the lights to get me in the mood. Just then, in walked Jean and Paul, and they sat down on the couch in front of the board. I was shitting a brick, all alone in there, about to sing Kiss's first ballad. Meanwhile, those two fuckfaces were sitting in the boot stone, faced like they were at the zoo watching an animal through the glass. Okay, take one, Ezrin said. All of a sudden, my legs began shaking. I was so scared I thought that my voice was vibrating when I began to sing. I looked and saw that Jean and Paul were grinning because I was really struggling. What's the matter, Peter? Bob said. I can't sing like this, I said. These two cocksuckers are sitting there laughing. Hey, assholes, get your fucking asses out of the room, Bob screamed at them. They left, and Bob closed the door. Then he sat down behind the console again. Okay, Peter, let's do this. Sing it for me. We did a couple of takes and Bob suggested I go up a little higher. I did, and it was beautiful. I love it, I fucking love it, he said, and called me into the console room to listen to the playback. He had the engineer make a quick mix, and then he called Jean and Paul back into the room. Listen to this, he said. We listened and they had no reaction. No wow, no holy shit, not even a this stinks. But I was ecstatic. Ezrin had taken Stan and my little song and had turned it into a masterpiece. Now I really understood why he was considered such a stone-cold genius. Not everybody shared those sentiments. When Destroyer was first released, we got a strong backlash from our hardcore fans. After 6 months, the album was dead in the water. The critics didn't think much of it, either. Ezrin had even received a threat from a guy who said he was going to go up to Toronto and punch him in the nose for all the Kiss fans. It was time to release another single from the album to stoke up sales, and I pushed for Beth. Jean and Paul agreed, but made sure that it wound up on the B side of the single, with Detroit Rock City, one of Paul's songs, featured on the A side. But Scott Shannon, who was working in the promotion department of Casablanca, and who would go on to become a famous disc jockey, loved the song and urged a DJ in Atlanta to flip the single over and play Beth. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Beth became our highest charting single ever. It revived the album's sales and it won many awards, including a People's Choice Award. It even got played on easy listening stations. One day I was channel surfing and Beth was playing on 3 different stations simultaneously. I was on cloud 9. Not just for the personal accomplishment, but because my song propelled the album back onto the charts. Destroyer was our white album, the best album we ever did in our lives, and it was nice to see Bob Ezrin get the credit he richly deserved. He may have been a harsh taskmaster, but the end result was more than worth it. When Beth hit the charts, Bill Loveloy came over to our brownstone with a big bottle of DOM Paragon champagne and we made a little fire and toasted our good fortune. The irony is that you saved the album, Peter, he said. But they're going to hate you for it. Even though Beth had revived the album, Jean and Paul didn't want me to play it live. When we started rehearsing for our next tour, Bill told us that we had to put Beth in the show by popular demand. Jean and Paul immediately said that it wouldn't work. We'll make it work, Bill told us. We have new fans who are coming to see us because of that song. So they finally agreed. But when we started trying to play it, it was a fucking nightmare. None of them had played on the original track. Ace had no idea how to play an acoustic guitar. Then Sean and Bill came up with a brilliant idea. We would play a recording of the musical track and I would come out from behind my drums to the front of the stage, where I'd sit on the drum case and, with the Sean laughed. Fuck you, I told Sean. I'm not leaving my drums. Frankly, I was petrified by the idea. When you get a taste of what that's like to walk out there and sing your song, I'll have to be dragging you off the stage, Sean predicted. He was right. When we first rehearsed it, they put my drum seat out front and I sat on it and sang the song. Of course, Gene and Paul went out front and made fun of me. But when we finally did it live on stage, the fucking house came down and I realized that I finally had an ace in the hole no matter what Gene and Paul would try to do to me. I had tears running down my face that first time we did it. Sean was right. From that night on, I couldn't wait to get out and do that song. You would think that after all my years of struggling, our newfound success would have made me feel more comfortable and secure. In fact, the opposite turned out to be true. While we were in the studio recording Destroyer, I got really depressed. Perhaps it was because I was burning my brain to a crisp with the massive amount of coke I was doing, or maybe it had something to do with getting beat up on a daily basis by Bob, but I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. I went to management, and Alan Miller recommended a psychiatrist he had seen named Daniel Casriel. He was pioneering a new type of therapy called primal screaming, and I was gung-ho to see him because I had heard that John Lennon had also undergone primal therapy. Casriel had a beautiful brownstone on East 51st. We did a consultation and I told him I was miserable. I was always on the run for hospitals